Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss sweetness in wine and more particularly the term of residual sugar. First of all, it is important to notice that when a wine isn't sweet, it is called dry. This has definitely nothing to do with the drying sensation that can be found in tannic wine when swallowing them. And as also wine is a liquid, it is definitely wet. Dry wine means a wine that is simply not sweet. So how is a wine defined as sweet? It depends on the amount of residual sugar it contains. Residual sugar is basically the part of the sugar that was not converted into alcohol during the fermentation. So there are different levels of dryness and sweetness in wine, and those are measured in grams of residual sugar per liter of wine. Therefore, and as per the European Union Commission, the levels that are intended to put on the wine labels are from the driest to the sweetest the following. The word dry with maximum of 4 grams of residual sugar per liter, or 9 grams where the total acidity content is no more than 2 grams below the residual sugar content. So for example, if the level of acidity is of 6, the grammage of residual sugar can be of 8 and the wine is still considered a dry wine. This concerns regular dry white wines such as Chablis, most of French Sauvignon Blanc, Verdero, or for red, for example, we have Chianti from Italy, Bordeaux Red, French Shiraz wines, etc. Sometimes there can be a level before that level of dry wine, which is called bone dry, but it is not a level referred by the European Union Commission. Then there is the mentioned medium dry or off-dry that exceeds the level of residual sugar of dry wines, but doesn't exceed 12 grams or 18 grams when the total acidity level is no more than 10 grams below the residual sugar content. Here we can find some demi-sec Vouvray wine, for example. Then there is medium dry or medium sweet, where the sugar content exceeds the previous level, but that doesn't exceed 45 grams of residual sugar per liter. In this category you can find some Lambrusco or some sweet Riesling. And finally, there is sweet, which is at least 45 grams of residual sugar per liter. Here you have sweet Riesling, Port, Madeira, Moscato d'Asti, etc. There is other levels after this that are not part of the European Union Commission classification, but that can be notifiable. This level is called very sweet and is from 80 grams of residual sugar to 120 and plus. Here we have Sauterne, Tokaji, and some German sweet Riesling. The levels of residual sugar are sometimes varied per category, as they balance with the acidity. Indeed, it is good to understand that some styles of wine need a bit of sweetness in order to counterbalance with the high levels of acidity. This is the case, for example, of Champagne. In that case, the aim is not for the wines to taste particularly sweet, but in order to bring a balance in the overall taste and experience. Also, some winemaker will decide to leave a little content of residual sugar to make their wine taste more mellow, pleasant. I would like to give the example of American Chardonnays that are considered dry white wines, but still there is a little residual sugar that can be found. For Champagne and sparkling wines, it is a little different. Indeed, the sweetness for Champagne comes from the liqueur d'expédition of the champagne making process. You can learn a little more about it by watching our video about the traditional method. So the levels for Champagne, from the driest to the sweetest, are the following. We have first Brut Nature, from 0 to 3 grams of residual sugar per liter. Then we have Extra Brut, from 0 to 6. Then we have Brut, from 0 to 12 grams. Then we move to Extra Dry or Extra Sec, from 12 to 17 grams of residual sugar per liter. After this there is Dry or Sec, from 17 to 32 grams of residual sugar per liter, then demi-sec, 32 to 50 grams, and finally doux or sweet, 50 grams and above. So how to pair sweet wines? Sweet wines in terms of pairing are very versatile. They are great to pair with desserts as the sweetness levels goes at par, but also they are a great companion of spicy food, salty food, or also very pungent cheeses such as a blue cheese. Here the sweetness balances out the extremes found in the food. Sweet wine can also pair greatly with umami food. Here I'm thinking about foie gras that can be greatly enjoyed with a sweet wine. I'm thinking of Naocé Jurançon, for example. Finally, it is also good to know that the higher the residual sugar content, the higher there is sugar calories. So don't forget to do a little bit of exercise after having a bottle of sweet wine. Well, not right after, huh? Give yourself a little rest before doing some exercise. So thank you for watching this video, we hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time for another one. Cheers! Thank you for watching this episode and don't forget to subscribe, like and share!